welcome to the stage, Nigel Farage.
Hello, Cheshire! And come on, let's be upbeat and optimistic. A big, loud, happy cheer for Harry and Meghan on the birth of their son. Well done! I have to tell you, Richard, Mr. Chairman, the chances of the baby being named Nigel are quite low, in my view. Welcome to the Brexit Party. Welcome to this party that launched less than 5 weeks ago. We've appeared like a jack in the box in British politics. We've stunned everybody, the media, our rivals. They can't believe what we have been able to achieve in less than 5 weeks. And the reason we've done what we've done is because, unlike Theresa May, unlike most of Parliament, we in the Brexit Party are in touch with public opinion. We in the Brexit Party represent public opinion. And we want to make sure that the greatest democratic exercise in the history of our nation is put into practice. Let's be clear. We want to leave the European Union and get on with the rest of our lives. So you come to one of our events and you won't hear what we can't do. You won't hear how difficult everything is. You won't hear an ounce of negativity on this platform. We believe that Brexit is the greatest opportunity this country has had in our lifetimes. It is, once we overcome the current obstacles, nearly 651 of them in Westminster, I think, but it is the chance for us to become once again a proper, self-governing, democratic nation, proud of who we are and in control of our own future. It is an opportunity for the rest of the world to once again respect us. And I say that because, I don't know about you, but I've got friends all over the world who simply cannot believe what is going on in our nation. They simply can't believe that our leadership haven't got the courage, haven't got the confidence, don't believe in our country enough to enact Brexit, because all Brexit says is that we'll go on being friends with Europe, we'll go on trading with Europe, but we'll take back the responsibility to make law, to choose our own destiny. We'll do it ourselves, confident we're good enough. And what Theresa May has done to us, frankly, is nothing short, in my view, of a national humiliation. She begs in front of Monsieur Barnier, meets his every demand, allows herself to be mocked and parodied by Donald Tusk, and of course writes letters to Jean-Claude Juncker in which she calls him Your Excellency. An unelected foreign bureaucrat is to our Prime Minister Your Excellency. So this party is all about putting aside those negatives. This party is all about saying we are a great country and we're unashamed to stand up and be patriotic and say we're British and we believe that's the best way to be. So we're giving you We're going to give you a real choice in these elections. Elections, of course, that should never have happened. Why? Because we voted Brexit back in June 2016. And that leaflet, do you remember that leaflet that David Cameron sent through every letterbox in the country? Do you even remember David Cameron? That leaflet, which cost nearly 10 million quid of your money, told us, however we voted, the result would be respected. And of course, in a democratic country, how could it have said different? But we also, a year after that, voted in a general election in which both the Labour and Conservative parties told us they would honour the result of the referendum. And then we saw 498 MPs vote for Article 50. And what it said is we'd leave on March the 29th. Remember that date? March the 29th. And we'd leave on that date with or without a withdrawal agreement. We should have left on March the 29th. But we haven't. After that, this hapless, useless, duplicitous Prime Minister told us we'd leave on April the 12th. And then it became by the 30th of June. And now she tells us we'll leave on the 31st of October, Halloween. Trick or treaty, come on. Folks, the truth of it is, left to their own devices, this government and this parliament, if we leave it to them, we will never, ever leave the European Union in any meaningful form. And that is why I founded the Brexit Party. It's why I am so... It's why I'm so thrilled and so honoured to have people of this calibre with me on the platform this afternoon. This is not about left or right, it's about right or wrong. This is the fight back. So we present you on May the 23rd here in the Northwest with a choice. You've seen and heard our candidates. How could you for a moment doubt their honesty, their sincerity, their belief in democracy, their belief in our country, and their belief that this Brexit vote must be carried out? But you might, of course, be tempted to vote for other parties. Well, of course, you've got Chucker and his chums, haven't you? Change UK, they call themselves, with a party logo that looks like a Sainsbury's checkout barcode, who actually don't want to change anything at all. No, we'll write them off for the moment. But you could in the Northwest be tempted to vote for a Conservative party that says it wants to deliver Brexit. They keep saying it, don't they? Mrs. May keeps saying. In fact, Mrs. May said 108 times we'd leave on the 29th of March. But she still tells us we'll take back control of our borders, our laws, and our money. I think they wind her up at the back in the morning and send her out to sail. I mean, and she a vicar's daughter. I mean, really? Really? No, I won't use that word. I'll call it duplicitous instead. I'll get away with that. But if you want to vote Conservative here in the Northwest, you're very welcome to. Your lead candidate is none other than Sajid Karim. He's the top of the list for the Conservatives in the Northwest. And guess what? Guess what? He's a Remainer. And he backs a second referendum because he doesn't respect the result of the first one. And maybe you're tempted, I don't know. Maybe you're tempted by Jeremy Corbyn's Labour Party. Because they say they respect the result of the referendum. Well, let me tell you, if you think the Tories have betrayed our trust over Brexit, in some ways, Labour have done it every bit, if not even worse. Even worse. The leading three candidates for the Labour Party here in the Northwest, they're all sitting MEPs, they're all asking you to re-employ them, unlike me, who spent 20 years being the turkey that votes for Christmas. I can't believe I'm standing again for a job I don't actually want, but there we are. But the three sitting Labour MPs who are top of the list here in the Northwest, guess what their view on Brexit is? They're all Remainers and they all support a second referendum. So if you believe that we should leave the European Union, if you believe that we should take back control of our fishing waters, if you believe that Juncker and the gang can go whistle for their 39 billion, if you believe that there's a bigger world out there than just Europe, a bigger world than just 7% of the world's population, a bigger world than just 15% of global GDP, a bigger world who we should be able to reach out to reconnect with, to form bonds with, and wouldn't the 2.4 billion people living within the Commonwealth be a very good place for this country to start? And as many would say, a closer relationship with America might not be a bad idea too. I don't know about you, but I'd rather put the future trust and security of this country with the Five Eyes intelligence service and with our bond with America in NATO than I would with any European army led by Brussels. But in the end, this vote on May the 23rd, this movement that we've started and created is actually about far more than just freeing ourselves from the bonds of Brussels. This is now about something much bigger, about something more fundamental. This is about who we are as a country. We've had the longest form of parliamentary government of any nation on the planet. We have a parliament that is known around the world as the mother of parliaments. We are the people who dispersed of the greatest empire the world had ever seen, and we gave our model of government to them. This is about who we are as a country. It's about how the rest of the world sees us. It's about handing on to our children, to our grandchildren, those liberties and freedoms under democracy and the rule of law that our forebears twice stood up, fought for, and sacrificed so much in the 20th century. That is how big, that is how important, that is how fundamental this campaign is. For us in the Brexit Party, May the 23rd is not about a protest vote. It's not about sticking up two fingers to the establishment, tempting of course, though that is to do. For us, this is something much bigger. This is about us wanting to change politics for good. May the 23rd is for us the first day in a big, ambitious attempt to remould and reshape British politics. Our politics is broken. Our two-party system serves nothing but itself. Our parliament is out of touch with our people. Our government willfully betrays us. We need a peaceful political revolution in this country. That is why we're here with the Brexit Party. Now on this platform, we all believe in this. The question is, are you with us? Yes! Will you join us? Will you support us? Will you spread the message out where you live? Yes! And are we going to begin? Yes! Are we going to begin on the 23rd of May by winning these European elections? Yes! Thank you.